Patuloy na nagbibigay serbisyo, pag-asa at saya. GMA Regional TV, kapuso ng bawat Pilipino. This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News.
Good afternoon. This is your GMA Regional TV Weekend News. The biggest, the latest as local news matters. Jasmine Gabriel Galban.
I am CJ Torida.
Joan Punsoy, broadcasting live from the GMA complex in Dagupan City.
This afternoon, we will be joined by GMA RTV Balitang Amyanan's Ivy Hernando.
Luan May Rundina of GMA RTV Balitang Bisdak.
And Sheila Vergara Rubio of GMA RTV 1 Mindanao.
Partners Joan and Jasmine, we have a full lineup today as we will also be joined by our counterparts from the other regions. We will be joined by Rain Palino of GMA RTV Bicol and Zen Kilantang of GMA RTV 1 Western Visayas. For the headlines. Over 3,500 families affected by flood caused by heavy rains in Davao City. 4 barangays under state of calamity. Damage from weather disturbances recorded in North Central Luzon and Western Visayas. Residents cope in the aftermath of calamity. Roro vessel catches fire off Dapitan City. Leaves 3 dead and more than 200 passengers rescued. Ferry management says they will shoulder the medical needs of passengers. Husband kills wife and their kumpare caught in the act. Suspect at large. Exclusive. Cousins in San Carlos City, Pangasinan allegedly raped. Cagayanons celebrate culturally rich festival. And taste the authentic pigar-pigar and kaliskes of Dagupan City. In Davao City, over 3,500 families were affected by floods caused by heavy rains due to a localized thunderstorm Wednesday evening. The city government of Davao immediately declared 4 barangays under the state of calamity. We have more details from Sheila Vergara Rubio. Sheila?
CJ, heavy rains brought by a localized thunderstorm caused Talomo River to swell, prompting the evacuation of thousands of families here in Davao City. Several individuals living near Talomo River were trapped inside their homes as flood waters started to rise, reaching to code red. Armed with rubber boats, rope, and other rescue gear and equipment, search and rescue teams from different government agencies immediately responded to different affected areas. In Bangkal, Talomo District, children, persons with disability, and senior citizens were prioritized in the rescue operation. A PWD was carried by rescuers away from his flooded house. Half of the houses were already submerged in flood water.
Ganiha, nagkatong primerong pagbaha, nagkontak sila sa kuha, napako sa Valencia, ningon niya, baha lagi daw, kusog daw. Moto nga, nag-desisyon ko nga muli, jugod rin. Wala na nagkontak po.
Pagka first ato kay gamay lang man kayo niya. Nisulod naman jud siya sa balay mo nang kailangan na namo mo balhin sa taas. Hapit na gyud miniabot og atop kay murag. Kulbaan na mi kay basig mo saka na jud ang tubig.
In this video, strong currents of water has already entered the gate and went down to the classrooms of Balingaing Elementary School in Tugbok District. It flooded the campus within minutes. The school's newly built concrete fence collapsed because of the heavy flow of flood water. Stranded teachers and pupils flocked inside the school gym while waiting for the rain to stop and the flood to subside. Although classes were suspended the next day, parents and their children still came to clean the classrooms.
Unok ang kusog nga ulan, mga takna alauna to siya. Hinahinay pa to niya. Na may mga bata nga dugol na, kay papauli na lang na magsayo. Tapos katong mga bata nga lagyo pag i-hold usa namo. So nahitabo gi mga parents na nanganhi, sila ni pick up sa mga bata.
Meanwhile, DPWH Region 11 ordered the closure of the Bailey Bridge connecting Taal Street in Bangkal and Talomo area. The approach of the bridge was destroyed due to the heavy current of water in the river. DPWH assured that the bridge is expected to be accessible again to motorists in 2 to 3 weeks.
So fortunately, walay damage ato ang Bailey Bridge na gibuhat diri no kaning temporary Bailey Bridge nato. And then makaserve gyapon sa public.
The Davao City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office reiterated their request to the public to strictly follow advisories released by authorities since most of the affected families did not heed the call for the preemptive evacuation.
Diha pa sila mga hawa na nasa tungod nila lang tubig. But the worst, dili na sila kahawa kaya na-trap na sila. Kaya sige sila tawag using the social media, 911 and all other form of communication. I tell you, during emergency, that is not totally possible.
The CSSDO immediately extended initial assistance to the affected residents, while the City Council has also approved the declaration of the affected barangays under the state of calamity. CJ.
Thank you, Sheila Vergara Rubio.
Damages from weather disturbances were recorded in North Central Luzon and Western Visayas. Residents are trying to cope from the calamity. Ivy Hernando has more. Ivy.
Joan, major roads, bridges, and agricultures were damaged in the aftermath of weather disturbances experienced in North Central Luzon and Western Visayas. As of yesterday's monitoring, the Ilocos Norte Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office says that the number of families affected by the onslaught of Typhoon Ineng in the province increased to more than 14,000. The total cost of damages to infrastructure and agriculture reached more than 1.2 billion pesos. The Department of Social Welfare and Development has already extended assistance to the province after it was declared under a state of calamity. In Pangasinan, at least 10 low-lying barangays in Calasiao Town were submerged in water due to heavy rains brought by Typhoon Jenny and enhanced by the southwest monsoon. 2 barangays in the adjacent town of Santa Barbara was also flooded due to heavy rains and the overflowing of Sinukalan River. In Dagupan City, a number of families from Maluwed District were evacuated due to heavy downpour timed during high tide. According to Pag-asa, some parts of Central Luzon will still experience cloudy and isolated rainfall due to the habagat or southwest monsoon.
Kung masakaling nandun naman yung sinasabi natin, localized thunderstorm, hindi naman ito nagtatagal ng isang oras. Panandalian lang naman yung lakas ng ulan.
Meanwhile, a bridge in Barangay Talakuan, Leon, Iloilo was damaged by non-stop rains brought about by habagat, rendering the bridge unpassable, affecting 60 barangays. A temporary route is now being used while the repair of the bridge underway. In Antique, around 40 families were evacuated in the town of San Jose with the rise of water levels in Barangay Bugarot River. The Antique Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council also recorded flooding and landslide in the towns of Lawaan, Bugasong, and Valderrama. Joan, according to Pag-asa, Philippines may experience 2 to 4 more tropical cyclones for the month of September. Authorities advise everyone to monitor issued warnings. Joan?
Thank you, Ivy Hernando.
Meanwhile, in Davao del Norte, a man killed his wife and her lover in a fit of rage. The suspect is said to have found his wife in bed with her lover. Suspect still at large. John D. Esteban has the details.
The body of alias Junjun was found dead in his bed, while outside his house lies the body of alias Lenny on the ground. This is a case of betrayal and murder in Sitio Ngan, Kapalong, Davao del Norte. According to reports, the suspect, identified as alias Dave, 25 years old, caught his wife Lenny in bed naked with Junjun at 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. The victim, Junjun, is said to be the godfather of the couple's child. Dave left his wife and children at the house of Junjun while he went off to harvest sweet potatoes. But Dave left his basket and came back to the house, finding his children outside without his wife. Upon entering the house, he caught his wife Lenny and his friend Junjun naked in bed. Overcome with rage, the suspect grabbed his bladed weapon and hacked his wife's lover multiple times, killing him on the spot. He then moved on to his wife, whom he also hacked to death.
Pag-adto niya sa balay, nakita niya nga ang iyang asawa o ang iyang kalaguyo, bali ang lalaki, na-sexual intercourse na hitabo on the act. So ang hitabo, libalik siya, nangita siya bulo, gitigbas niya ang unang lalaki, nakadagan ang babae, gigukod niya to namatay.
The suspect took his children with him before going into hiding.
Among gikuan ang pamilya nga ipa-surrender. So karon amo pang gi-communicate po ang army dito nga kung naa man gali ang suspect, mag-communicate mi sa tropa sa intel namo para madakpan ang tao.
The suspect may face parricide and murder charges. Together with cameraman Mel Colmenares, I am John D. Esteban for GMA Regional TV.
A ferry boat from Cebu City caught fire just when it was about to dock some 4 nautical miles from the Palawan port of Dapitan City in Zamboanga del Norte. 3 persons were reportedly killed. Take Ocampo for details.
Uy, ginoo ko ang mga bata ani.
MV Light Shipping was about to dock at the Palawan port in Dapitan City, Zamboanga del Norte, when it caught fire around 1 o'clock dawn last Wednesday. Hundreds of passengers jumped overboard as the fire rapidly spread inside the ferry boat. One of the passengers, Fred Castro, a broadcaster from Davao City, narrated that the passengers began jumping into the cold water because the fire was getting bigger. The passengers were floating for about 3 hours until rescued by a passing fast craft. About 102 passengers were rescued.
So halos tanan nasunog din na. So among gihimo nag-ambak na lang mi.
According to Castro, the Philippine Coast Guard was not there to rescue them.
Alas 5 Gs na mi na rescue, wala gyud Coast Guard nga nagpakita. May na lang kay naagyan mi aning fast cut. Nag-rescue sa mga.
Couple Alan Labisig and Fe Solis lost one of their children during the fire. After they jumped off the burning ship, they lost grip of their 1-year-old daughter, Chloe, but was able to save their other child. The family was coming from a birthday celebration in Cebu.
Kabuntag sa'yo,
mamasahiro ko, ngita na ako ito pagmata kay...
Musakay siya sa bao-bao, kay driver sa bao-bao. Musakay siya pag gawas sa bao, gikan sa grahe. Mudito siya muna mula mawilig yung niya, kay kwanto tayo siya pagkamata.
The management of Light Shipping Company committed to shoulder the medical expenses of the surviving passengers as well as those who died during the incident. Officials of the company received a call from the ship's captain at 12:10 a.m. Wednesday saying that thick smoke was coming from the engine room. Minutes later, the fire broke out. Based on the ship's manifest, there were 137 passengers and 38 crew on board. But records from the Philippine Coast Guard revealed 251 passengers were on board the vessel, 3 of whom died.
That's why I'm going to check, no? Kay usahin sometimes we don't know. Reporting man. Amo pa nang i-verify sa mga official sa vessel.
The PCG said the ship is already anchored at the Dapitan City Pier and measures were undertaken to prevent an oil spill.
Well, definitely the PCG, together with the Marina and other concerned entity, will conduct and will create a BMI, but the BMI will transpire po dun sa area kung saan nangyari yung maritime incident.
I'm Teco Campo for GMA Regional TV.
Devotees from different parts of the Bicol region flock to see the Black Nazarene in Calabanga, Camarines Sur. GMA Bicol's Rain Palino has more.
Problems assume a new face.
Calabanga, Camarines Sur celebrated its 10th Black Nazarene Parish Anniversary. Part of the festivities is the 4-day visit of the miraculous Black Nazarene image from Quiapo, Manila. The Pontifical Mass was presided over by Archbishop Rolando Tirona of the Archdiocese of Cáceres.
Madali tayong ma-discourage, manghina, pero umahanap tayo ng lakas ng loob sa ating debosyon kay Jesus Nazareno. Yan ang nakikita ko sa mga Bicolano. Maski na mahirap ang buhay, always smiling, always masaya, because of their deep faith in Jesus of Nazareth.
Devotees from different parts of the Bicol region came and took part in the celebration, proving the strong faith of Bicolanos.
Dumadami kasi yung mga devotos ng pong Nazareno. And sana sa mga masunod na taon, mas dumami pa.
One devotee, Juanito, cannot walk properly. Yet he lined up to attend the Mass and see the image.
Salamat po kaming marin na binisitigiray kami ni Amang Nazareno. Tangaling magkusog ang pagtubod kan mga parokyano kan Nazareno sa muya.
To send off the image of the Black Nazarene before it is returned to its home base in Quiapo, another Mass was celebrated. With the nearing Peña Francia Festival, the Archdiocese of Cáceres expects more devotees and tourists to converge in the pilgrim city of Naga. Together with cameraman Jovel Obiso, I am Rain Palino for GMA Regional TV.
This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News. This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News.
Cousins in San Carlos City, Pangasinan were allegedly raped. The incident was discovered after the 2-year-old victim complained of pain in her private parts. Details in this report.
A 1-year-old and 2-year-old cousins were allegedly raped by a woman who happens to be the relative.
Siyempre masakit sa kanila, ma'am. Siyempre apo ko mga yan ay nakikita ko.
According to the victim's grandmother, she discovered the incident after the 2-year-old victim complained of pain on her private parts.
Habang pinapaliguan siya ng nanay, nakita niya yung na namamaga, namumula, yun. At sinabi ng bata na ganun nga na nangyari, na inabuso siya nung itong suspect.
Based on police investigation, the 33-year-old suspect brought the 2-year-old child to their house to look after her. This is where she allegedly abused the child. The suspect is also believed to have abused child's 1-year-old cousin. Based on medical examination findings, both victims were positively for abuse. Police authorities immediately arrested the suspect. The suspect, who refused to give a statement, is now charged for violation of Republic Act 9262 or an act defining violence against women and their children. Together with cameraman Wilson C., I am Jasmine Gabriel Galban for GMA Regional TV. A principal in Cebu is facing administrative charges from the Visayas Ombudsman for allegedly collecting unauthorized fees from students. Luan Mayrondina for the exclusive live report.
Jasmine, this is not the first time that the principal became the subject of complaints of the parents of some of the students. This time, one of the parents formalized his complaint through the Visayas Ombudsman.
A parent of one of the students of Mactan National High School, Dr. Freddy Augusto Inot, filed an affidavit of complaint with the Visayas Ombudsman against Principal Garvin Vilos for the unauthorized collection of 1,000 pesos from students for the painting of their school building.
The first one there is that collecting money during enrollment is a violation of DepEd Order number 41 series of 2012, which is no collection policy.
But Vilos clarified that the contribution was agreed upon by the school's Parent-Teacher Association to repaint the walls of vandalized classrooms. Vilos added that the collected money, amounting to 66,000 pesos, is not in his possession. So the allegation hurled against him is not fair.
Ang money nga na-raise nila remitted directly to the General PTA Treasurer. Kaya dili ko gusto nga ma-involve ang mga teacher nga magunit kinaaman na gid sa balaod.
Before this issue, the same principal was the subject of a clarificatory conference of the Lapu-Lapu City Schools Division Office last May 31. This was after a complaint was received by their office from parents who said that Vilos required students to pay 350 pesos for the fabric of the school uniform as a prerequisite for the enrollment of grade 7 and grade 11 students. At that time, Vilos said that the implementation of the new school uniform was agreed upon during another parent-teacher association meeting. The principal added that the material for the school uniform was imported from Indonesia, so it can only be bought at the school.
Jasmine, as of this time, the principal hasn't received a copy of the complaint, but he is confident that he will be vindicated as he has documents to prove them wrong. Jasmine?
Thank you, Luan Mayrondina.
In other story, pigs from Bulacan were intercepted in Mangaldan, Pangasinan. Meanwhile, Iloilo City Council approves resolution to strengthening checkpoints of swine before entering the city. King Guevara with this report.
The Pangasinan Police Provincial Office is implementing a so-called three-ring security measure to address the African swine fever threat. In the first ring, any truck containing live swine needs to go through a quarantine checkpoint located at different entry and exit points of the province.
The second ring will be the slaughterhouse. We have a coordination with the slaughterhouse manager na kung may darating doon coming from other provinces ay agad na ipagbibigay alam sa atin.
If the meat manages to pass the first two security measures, it will still be monitored in the market through strict inspection of the products.
Nakita namin may tatak yung karne ng baboy, saka kumpleto sa yung MIC, yun ligtas yun na yan.
Meanwhile, in Mangaldan, Pangasinan, 35 pigs from Bulacan were not allowed to be butchered because of the swine ban in the province. The authorities returned the pigs to their point of origin.
Nung chine-check ko na yung mga papeles nila, hindi sila dumaan sa checkpoint. Iniwasan nila yung checkpoint sa Rosales.
In Iloilo City, local police will help in manning swine checkpoints. Pigs transported without documents will be barred from entering the city. In Bacolod City, a resolution was passed mandating the local City Agriculture Office, City Veterinary Office, and City Health Office to conduct inspection and surveillance on swines coming from other localities. While in Negros Occidental, canned pork product from countries affected by ASF were confiscated. As the top producer of backyard swine in the country, the Negros Occidental African Swine Flu Task Force will intensify its operations by inspecting local ports, airports, and supermarkets. I am King Guevara for GMA Regional TV.
Students in Dagupan City can now use the 3-in-1 life vest made from plastic bottles and socks. Ivy Hernando in this report.
Filipinos are known for being creative. A survival kit made of recycled materials is proof of Pinoy creativity. The concept for the kit was developed by teachers and students of Mamalingling Elementary School in Dagupan City with the help of the parents and barangay officials. Using sacks and plastic bottles, they crafted this into a life vest.
Why not think of something, yung innovation or na para may support din sa mga bata in times of calamity.
They call it the 3-in-1 life vest. First, because it is a floating device. It has a medical kit inside the pocket and is visible at night due to the color of the vest. In addition to the medical kit, a flashlight and a whistle is included in the package.
Recycled materials po ang ginamit, mga marireduce po yung aming basura, mga plastic bottles na pwedeng sumara o makabara sa mga estero natin.
To test the vest durability and effectivity, they had one student wear the vest while swimming in the river with parental permission.
Di naman po ako kinabahan kasi matibay yung life vest.
The school's division office of Dagupan encouraged the other schools to adopt the said project. Together with cameraman Henry Domincil, I am Ivy Hernando for GMA Regional TV.
In Cagayan de Oro City, thousands of Cagayanons and tourists had a trada, meaning good feels, as the City of Golden Friendship celebrated the Higalay Festival. Clyde Macascas has the details.
After months of preparation and training, Miss Cagayan de Oro 2019 was finally crowned. Cinderella Faye Obiñeta of Barangay Carmen is Cagayan de Oro's newest beauty queen after being crowned Miss CDO 2019. Obiñeta bested 11 other hopefuls in this year's most anticipated pageant. Obiñeta proved to be the crowd's favorite, winning several corporate, minor and major awards in the pre-pageant judging. Joining her were first runner-up candidate number 7, second runner-up candidate number 3, third runner-up candidate number 4, and fourth runner-up candidate number 11. Viva Señor San Agustin! Cagayanons and visitors were once again treated to the annual Carnival Parade, which is part of the Higalay Festival in Cagayan de Oro City. Carnival dancers braved the blazing heat as they flooded the streets with fun and amusement, dancing along with booming sounds. Miss Universe 2015, Pia Wirchbach, who once represented Cagayan de Oro in Binibining Pilipinas pageant, also joined the celebration. Of the 13 competing contingents who participated in the Carnival Parade, 3 emerged as winners. Last year's champion, Bugon National High School, was declared runner-up to this year's grand champion, Barangay Macabalan. Meanwhile, thousands of spectators witnessed the Higalay Civic Military Parade despite strict security measures implemented by local police. Around 30,000 people lined up along the parade route stretching 2.5 kilometers. Various floats showcasing the rich culture and tourism of Cagayan de Oro highlighted the parade. Honoring the feast day of the city's patron saint, Senior San Agustin, thousands of Cagayanon devotees also joined the traditional fluvial procession on August 28. More than 30 motorized bangkas adorned with religious statues traversed the Macahalar Bay to the Cagayan de Oro River. The Philippine Coast Guard and local maritime police made sure that the devotees aboard were safe and secure. This year's Higalay Festival was capped with the Grand Pyro Festival, where an estimated crowd of 100,000 spectators were amazed by the fireworks display held in Uptown Barangay Carmen. And for the first time in Cagayan de Oro, a drone showdown was held, much to the awe and excitement of the big crowd. Local authorities proudly declared that the month-long celebration of the Higalay Festival ended peacefully and without any major security glitch amidst the martial law being implemented in Mindanao. Together with cameraman James Yap, I am Clyde Macascas for GMA Regional TV.
This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News. This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News.
DOH Davao Center for Health Development is now looking into a suspected case of meningococcal at Brokenshire Hospital Integrated Health Ministries Incorporated after a 4-year-old boy exhibited signs and symptoms of the disease. The concerned hospital has collected and sent out a specimen for confirmation and is now awaiting for results. As a precautionary measure, infection control protocols were immediately applied, such as administering post-exposure prophylaxis or PEP to those who were in close contact with the patient, including family members, pupils from the preschool where the deceased child was studying, and emergency room staff who closely attended to the patient. DOH 11 is closely monitoring them for signs and symptoms like fever, vomiting, body rashes, and loose bowel movement. The department will also send a team to the school to assist teachers in information dissemination to the parents. DOH has clarified that the mode of transmission of meningococcal is not airborne, but through direct contact with discharge from the nose and throat of the infected person. It can also be spread through coughing, sneezing, kissing, sharing of food, drinks, and utensils. The health department is appealing to the public to be responsible in sharing posts on social media as it can cause alarm or panic.
Dengue cases in Region 6 have increased to almost 40,000. But the Department of Health Region 6 says number of cases per week is slowly declining. Zen Kilantang tells more in this report live. Zen?
CJ, more than a month after the declaration of dengue outbreak in 5 provinces in Western Visayas, the Department of Health Region 6 says that cases are almost controllable now. Dengue cases in Western Visayas reached its peak in the last week of July with 4,000 dengue cases recorded. In August 5 to 10, the incidence of new cases has declined to 2,000 and continued to drop by August 12 to 17 with only 1,000 new cases recorded.
Kasi nakatapos na kita no, nag-peak na kita early, nag-una na kita compare mo sa iba ng mga provinces. So why na factor ang mga ulan kay ang mga susceptibles nato naubos na nalatnan.
Though the number of new cases has slowly dropped, cumulative reports from January 1 to August 17 show 39,198 cases and 174 deaths. The province of Iloilo still has the most number of cases with 16,195 and 59 deaths, followed by Negros Occidental with 6,202 cases and 40 deaths, Capiz with 5,213 and 22 deaths, Aklan with 4,415 cases and 19 deaths, and Iloilo City with 2,248 and 14 deaths. Antique, Guimaras, and Bacolod City has more than 1,000 recorded cases. Region 6 still has the most number of cases in the country.
Kahit masaka, lagi na masaka, kay kada semana may madugang. Pero kung tanawon mo mga trend nila, tada na mga probinsya nakapanubo na gitman.
Doctors also advised public to be aware of different medicines in the market that are said to fight dengue, such as the tawa-tawa capsules.
Hindi siya medicines. So, ay na ginasiling sang DOH, sang Regional Health Office, kang sang Provincial Health Office, nga pwede ta mag-take sang tawa-tawa. We can never endorse that, not unless ang Department of Health may guidelines.
CJ, with continued anti-dengue drive campaign, cooperation and responsible behavior of the public, the Department of Health hopes the spread of this deadly illness will be stopped. CJ?
Thank you, Zen Kilantang.
For the latest weather update, here is Van Singson, weather specialist of Pag-asa, Visayas.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is latest weather update for today. Based on our weather satellite, the monitored low pressure area is currently, based on all available data, located at 110 km east-northeast of Apari, Cagayan. This low pressure area is most likely to develop into a tropical depression within 36 hours. Meanwhile, another low pressure area is currently monitored at 820 km east-southeast of Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur. This low-pressure area is likely to develop into a tropical depression within the 48 hours. And we still have the southwest monsoon, or the habagat, that is currently affecting the western section of Luzon. Meanwhile, moderate to strong winds blowing from the southwest to west will prevail over Luzon, and light to moderate winds from the southwest to west will prevail over the rest of the country. For more weather updates, you may check our social media accounts, UST_Pag-asa, and check our website, www.bagong.pagasa.dust.gov.ph. And that will be our latest weather update for today. From Visayas PRSD here in Mactan, Cebu, this is Van Singson. Good afternoon.
The first ever Fire Out mobile applications was launched by the Bureau of Fire Protection Region 6 during the agency's 28th anniversary. Jan Sala tells us more.
The BFP says that the first ever mobile application Fire Out 6 will strengthen their service to the local residents at the app's launch during the agency's 28th anniversary.
Kahit naka-offline ka, pag meron kang app na to, the benefits of this one would be, you would know right away kung nasaan yung number na yun.
BFP 6 started conceptualizing the mobile app in June. Some of the features of the application include safety tips in avoiding fires, as well as emergency and rescue updates. The app can be downloaded for free. Users can send pictures of fires through the app, which will automatically pinpoint the area of the incident. The app is also helpful even without using the internet, since all contact details of all BFP stations in the region are listed. DILG Undersecretary Nestor Kinsay Jr. praised the Bureau of Fire Protection Region 6 for this innovation and even plans to make the project a model for other regions.
I will be recommending it to other regions to follow this kind of innovation na ginawa po ng Region 6.
Together with cameraman Cirilo Renduque, John Sala for GMA Regional TV.
Authentic pigar-pigar and kaluskas is one of the many street food you can enjoy when visiting Dagupan City. More on this report.
Craving for a savory soup this rainy season? A must-try here in Dagupan City is the famous authentic kaluskas, a comfort food of Dagupeños served especially during cold weather. Kaluskas or intestines in the local dialect is the main ingredient of the dish. Here in Barangay Herrero Perez in Dagupan City, you will find array of stalls serving kaluskas. Aling Maria's Carinderia is known to serve the best tasting kaluskas in the city for the past 2 decades.
Pakulo mo yung karne, kulong-kulo. Kasi yung para yung lasa ng karne pupunta sa sabaw.
Gano'ng katagal?
Matagal. Hanggang kahit lampas pa ng 6 na oras. Ganun.
Carabao meat or cara beef and innards soaked and boiled in hot broth. The broth is seasoned with vinegar, salt, and other spices. Tender meat, pancreas, intestines are sliced and served in yummy hot broth.
Bukod po sa masarap mura din po kasi. Kaya binabalik-balik.
Saka pag yung mga gumigimik sa labas. Pag tapos nilang uminom, dito sila dumidiretso kasi 24 hours po itong kaluskas.
Another dish to include in your bucket list of famous Dagupan dishes is the pigar-pigar. Pigar-pigar consists of thinly sliced sirloin beef, stir-fried with onions and cabbage, served with soy sauce in citrus juice and chili on the side. Pigar-pigar is a Pangasinan term for turning over, referring to the process of cooking which requires constant turning over of meat while deep frying. Carabao or buffalo meat is cut in thin slices, seasoned with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Remedios, one of the owners of a pigar-pigar eatery in Galvan Street, shares her way of preparing pigar-pigar. She puts enough oil to deep fry the sirloin beef. Meat is cooked when it turns to medium brown.
Pag wala nang gulay yung mantika, yun, luto na po siya. Tas malambot yung karne pag manipis yung paghiwa.
Then she adds onion, cabbage, and young corn and waits until all the ingredients are tender.
Yung karne malambot. Tama sa mga bungal na katuwad ko.
Sarap yung luto niyo, ma'am. Malambot. Karne at saka repolyo.
Together with cameraman Ron Alster Taniedo, I am Joan Punsoy for GMA Regional TV.
After seeing your report, I'm now craving for pigar-pigar and kaluskas, and you might want to invite us for dinner tonight.
Sure, partner. We will also inviting some friends to treat us in Galvan Street, where we can find lots of stalls serving pigar-pigar. And after that, partner, we will be heading to Herrero Perez to have some sip of a soup of kaluskas.
Actually, partner, we are very lucky here in Pangasinan because aside from Galvan Street in Dagupan City, the municipality of Mangaldan also produces cara beef, the main ingredient of
the famous Pindang.
Pindang Festival actually.
Pindang Festival.
But partner, like what we always tell to our kapusos, fellow kapusos, Samto's meal must be consumed in moderation. And that was the biggest and the latest from the regions.
Thank you for joining us, and from all of us here in North and Central Luzon.
This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News, where local news matters.